This video contains spoilers for the entirety of the Falcon and Winter Soldier Season 1, as well as potential spoilers for Captain America 4 if our early theories become a little too accurate. So, of course, we're very excited. The news dropped that a Captain America 4 movie starring Sam Wilson, Mr. Anthony Mackie, is in development at Marvel Studios. Malcolm Spellman will return as the writer of this movie. So we're going to speculate what would happen in the movie, what would the production look like, who's going to be in it, and what will be the story be about. I know this is super early prediction, so none of it is going to be super accurate. So take this with a grain of salt and just have fun with us here. So please welcome back to another episode of So, of course, Captain America 4 is coming. I've always wanted a Captain America 4 movie. And Olivia and I had a discussion about whether it'd be more appropriate to have a Captain America 4 movie or the Falcon and Winter Soldier Season 2. I really hope we get both, but now we're confirmed to get the movie. So I wanted to just first hear some of our first reactions when we saw the news.
I was thrilled. I think, if I remember correctly, it was you, Harry, who actually notified me of the news. So I'm overjoyed that we're getting a movie. I think having a potentially like show movie format would be awesome for the future of the series.
No, yeah, I was super excited as well. I think this just makes me even more and more excited about Phase 4 of the Marvel Universe. And I think it's just a great way. And I would have loved to see Sam in his own movie. So yeah, I'm excited.
I'll start by saying that I think there's a 75% chance that Carrie Scotland is going to return as the director of the movie, since she did such an amazing job for the Falcon and Winter Soldier. It looks like her and Malcolm Spellman worked really well together. And I think given how successful Falcon and Winter Soldier is, I think it will be not normal if Marvel just says, Carrie Scotland, we don't want you to write the movie. I think she deserves this. So I would say first choice for me, most obvious one is Carrie Scotland.
Yeah, I agree. I think Carrie Scotland did an amazing job directing all these episodes. I think you can even see it, and I think my favorite sort of like shot in this series of episodes is that sequence we have with John Walker after he's just murdered this man in the middle of Times Square, where it's just, you can feel like the air is just so oppressive. And I think every shot she sort of makes in that sequence highlights that, and it's amazing. So I hope she gets to return as the director.
No, yeah, I hope so too. I mean, we saw that Falcon and Winter Soldier was a huge success, so they'll definitely be a good choice for her to return. And yeah, she just really understands Sam's character. And I guess I think we talked about that this is like probably like the most like violent thing we've seen from Marvel, and I would definitely like it to continue in Captain America.
Great. So I guess there's not much else that we can talk about in terms of the development without really delving into the story. So the first question is, what would this story be about? What do we speculate would be the title of this movie? Because the Captain America movies have a title that, with the exception of the first Avenger, the Captain America sequels have all had titles that are just directly screaming what happened in the movie. Like the Winter Soldier is literally a movie about a Winter Soldier. Civil War is a movie about Civil War. So what would this movie be about, the general storyline?
Well, I know we are seeing sort of hints of Hydra as an organization, or really just the remnants of Hydra throughout the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But I think given US Agents ending and the introduction of Madam Hydra, there may be some sort of tie-in there with the next movie for what we'll be seeing going down. So I think there are many possibilities for who the villain could be in the next movie. I know Harry and I discussed briefly that perhaps Sin would make an appearance as the Red Skull's daughter. It would be really cool, but I'm not really sure at this point. But I would like to see Sin in the MCU. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I could definitely see a title more relating to Hydra and Madam Hydra. That could be interesting because yeah, I think that this is just what has just been set up with Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like this is going to be like the next big focus. So I definitely think that's probably what the plot's going to be about. Maybe that's the title will have something to do with that, since like we talked about kind of like the Captain America title just kind of reveal what it's going to be about. So yeah, it's kind of what I think it's probably going to be.
Yeah, so I have three speculations about, obviously this is so early, I have zero basis, so I'm not even very confident at talking about this theory, but just for fun, I think there's three possible storylines that they could adapt in a Captain America 4. I'm going to rank them from least likely to most likely. So least likely is Captain America's Serpent Society. That was the original title for Civil War that Marvel used to troll everyone. The Serpent Society are prominent Captain America villains because the major Captain America villains are already used in the MCU. I mean, Red Skull, we talked about. Baron Strucker, we talked about. Zemo obviously is kind of a good guy now, so I don't think he's going to have another villainous turn to be the villain of Captain America 4. I don't think that's going to happen. Serpent Society seems to make sense just from a villain's perspective, like who are we going to use as the villain for this movie? But I think the reason why it's so unlikely is because, first of all, the Serpent Society is kind of cartoonish and funny. I mean, I trust Marvel into adapting these characters onto the big screen, making them cool, but I don't think that's going to happen. And the other thing is that it doesn't really relate to anything we saw in the Falcon Winter Soldier, especially this Hydra path that we're seeing. So I think it's unlikely that it's going to be Serpent Society, but it might just be, because usually what I say is not going to happen usually happens. So the second choice, I think, is Captain America's Secret Empire, which we kind of talked about last time with the evil Captain America storyline. It might be possible that Madam Hydra is going to be the villain of this one, and John Walker is going to be a supporting villain in this one. We're going to see Captain America fighting yet another version of Hydra, and it's probably going to be Hydra, dressing up as heroes, taking over the world. Sam Wilson has to stop them. The reason why I think that's kind of unlikely is because one of the main core of that story is Steve Rogers. We know that Chris Evans might have a separate project aside from the Captain America 4 movie, and I don't think that Chris Evans is going to come back as more than a cameo. So I don't think that's going to happen. Kevin Feige likes to keep his things very loyal to the comics, so I don't think they're going to just turn U.S. Agent into Hydra Supreme. The most likely option, in my opinion, Captain America Thunderbolts. With Zemo is in a raft right now. Thunderbolt Ross is obviously, there. They can build up their little Thunderbolts team. So I think with that, the villain might be another character we've never seen before. I've heard this rumor that Marvel is developing Norman Osborn. Maybe he's going to permeate through that as a villain. Maybe you want to see the Iron Patriot from the comics finally making his appearance in a Captain America movie. That might be likely. So I think that would be the storyline we'll most like to see. And it's a most natural progression from the Falcon Winter Soldier. And we get most of the characters that we enjoyed from the Falcon Winter Soldier back into this series.
Yeah, I'd definitely be thrilled to see a sort of Thunderbolts take on the next movie. Because, I mean, obviously, I love the Thunderbolts as a team. I love the option for the roster that we've been presented so far for the Thunderbolts. So I think that'd be really cool to see those group of people come together. But I think I'd also be willing to sort of entertain your first option, the Serpent Society. I think it'd be just really interesting to see what approach Marvel would take in adapting that for the screen, because it's so comic booky and strange. But the one thing I don't want to see is Secret Empire. That whole storyline just leaves a bad taste in my mouth, and so I'd rather them just leave it alone.
Yeah, I don't think Kevin Feige is going to do it, but imagine Captain America Serpent Society, like Sam Wilson fights this guy. Who are you? I'm King Cobra, Cap. That would be really funny. So who do we think are going to be the villains or villain of the movie? Because every Marvel movie or show has to have a villain. I think the likely candidates are from just basically purely from the Falcon Winter Soldier is either Val, Madam Hydra. I think it's pretty obvious that she's up to no good. And John Walker, maybe they can have a little villain duel right there. Or Power Broker, Sharon Carter, because it seems like she's up to no good at the end of the last episode. She's like, oh, we got government secrets now, weapons, you name it. Haha. And a lot of people have the theory that she's calling Norman Osborn, Sharon Carter and Norman Osborn, kind of playing together, doing that. And then Cap must ally with the people he hates, like Zemo, maybe even John Walker, to stop the larger forces of evil in the next movie.
We have the next Spider-Man movie coming out soon anyway. I think the multiverse is a perfect opportunity to introduce someone like Norman Osborn. So I'd be thrilled to see that. I think that's really cool.
No, I'd be super excited if that's the case. And yeah, I really want Sharon Carter because I think we've talked about how we still don't really know that much about her being the power broker or her motives, like what exactly happened for her to become this like mastermind. So I'd really, if she is the villain, I would like to explore her character more. So I think that would be pretty interesting.
So talking about the characters, who do we think are going to be the returning characters in this movie? I'm going to go ahead and say that I think Bucky's going to return. You can't have Cap without Bucky. Bucky has appeared in all of these movies. He has the great chemistry with Sam. And I think when Sam's in trouble, he's definitely going to give Bucky a call. It's like, hey, man, you want to come help me fight these villains? And I think it'd be a great opportunity to give us like more Sam and Bucky, which is what everyone wants. I think John Walker's returning. in Captain America 4. It seems like the logical place for him to be in. I think if they want to do the redemption arc, which I think they're gonna do because US Agent ends up being a hero, and I don't think Kevin Feige is gonna do anything different with him, might give us a little more nuance, may do the impossible of actually making us like John Walker, which is unimaginable, but we'll see what Marvel and Malcolm Spellman do with it. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, I definitely think all the side characters like Torres they're all going to come back. I think Sam's sister is coming back. I think it'd be great to see I want them all to have their time on the big screen. I mean, listen, like a Cap 4 movie would be awesome with all the characters that we know and love in it.
Yeah, I really want to see Torres as the new Falcon in Captain America 4. I was really hoping at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier would get more of a tease of Torres being the new Falcon. So definitely I would love to see him in action, Captain America 4. It just makes total sense.
And if we're gonna get that sort of planned John Walker redemption arc, I think it'd be a perfect, not to say I'm locking this theory in, not to say that, but I think it'd be a perfect sort of tie-in for them to sort of use Madam Hydra as a way for him to come to a realization that he's doing wrong. Because I think as of the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, he's obviously just being manipulated again, and he obviously cannot see it at all. They think everything's fine, but I think using that as a sort of opportunity for him to take a minute and pivot and say, wait, actually I need to solidify that I am not this bad of a person.
Yeah, it's interesting that he's just becoming a tool again, just being completely used, and was first a tool of the government, now it's just gonna be a tool of Hydra. So it definitely makes sense that he would maybe have a realization Captain America 4. But yeah, it would make sense with his character.
Amazing. So that was a really, really interesting discussion. Of course, we have zero basis. So instead of individually locking in theories, why don't we collectively come up with one or two theories that we think are most plausible that we can just report to Professor Carnes, just in case, just kind of make a little investment there, just so when 2024 or 2025 comes, the movie comes out and we'll be like, we were right about that back in 2021. So what do we think are, based on everything that we've said in this meeting, what do we think are some of the theories that are most plausible that we think are going to happen? I do want to lock in that most of the supporting characters are going to return in this movie. I think we're going to see more Torres. I think Bucky's going to be in the movie. I'm pretty confident about that. And I think we're going to get a resolution for the Power Broker storyline.
Absolutely. I'm pretty confident about that. I think I also want to lock in Carrie Scoggin as the director. Something just tells me that she's coming back.
Me too.
I'll lock in some Madam Hydra. Maybe she won't be the big villain, but I do feel like Hydra's just going to be a big player in this next movie as well.
Awesome. Now, this is super, super early predictions, everyone. So none of this will be accurate. Take this with a grain of salt. But if you have any theories, you can obviously comment down below or, share your thoughts or anywhere on our Instagram page or Facebook page. And this closes out the Falcon Winter Soldier theories collection. It's been an amazing journey with all of you. So many, many thanks to Olivia, Sofia, and Professor Carnes for all the amazing theories and everything. I think I would call it a win this time, but I think we're going to go past that 50% threshold next time in Loki. So keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, we'll of course update you with more Captain America's theories as we get closer and closer to that eventual release date of Captain America 4. Please support us by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. We really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in another episode of Different Theories.